So, hello, Danielle. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. If you could please introduce yourself.
Hi Claire. Yeah, I'm Danielle. I'm 35 and I live in Upton in Kent.
Oh, you're not too far from me. I'm
No,
Essex.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually my cousin that recommended me to you, and
Yeah.
she was like, because she lives in Scotland, and she was like, she lives near to you. So yeah, we've got two children now. So Drew, my daughter, is 5, and then we gave birth to Reese in November 25. They actually had the same due date, which was wild.
No.
Yeah, they ended up being a week apart, so at least we've got some space for birthdays and stuff going forward.
That is so weird having the
I
same due
know,
date,
the
isn't
exact
that?
same day. Yeah, and we were trying for a long time with Reese. There was no issues,
No.
everything was fine, and then we just fell pregnant at the exact same time. Very weird.
Wow. Of all the days, like out of
Yeah,
365 days,
yeah, I
that
know.
one day, I like that. That's cool.
Mm.
I like that. I've not heard that before.
Oh,
No,
really?
I haven't. No, that's really, that is wild.
It is.
And her name, Drew, it's such a nice name for a girl.
Oh, thank
I've not heard
you.
it for a girl, but I like it. It's so nice. And then Reese is your baby that was born in November.
Yeah, so Reese is a boy,
Yeah.
yeah, which
Yeah.
Reese is actually the name we had for a girl as well. So and we were stuck, we didn't have any boy names, so we were like, let's just use that one.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
yeah, so he's 4 months now.
Oh,
Yeah.
going through that nice 4 month sleep regression.
Oh my God, how did you know?
I've been there. I've been there.
Yeah, I mean, we hadn't really progressed to a great stage anyway. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine, just riding it out.
It's probably not a bad thing actually if you get used to like them sleeping well and then they hit the regression. It's probably worse in a way than just it being
Yeah,
not good the whole time.
exactly. It's fine. I
Yeah.
feel so much more relaxed this time. I think with Drew, I was really regimented with like nap
Mm,
times, wake windows, and feeding.
yeah.
But I just don't think you can for the second. Like they have to
You
just fit
can't. Yeah.
in. Um,
And also I feel like when you've had one, you know that all of these little things are just phases and I think you
yeah,
chill out a little bit about it. Like
100%.
first time you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm never sleeping again. Like this is my life
Yeah,
forever. But then I
yeah,
think you do realize, don't you, second time that it does
yeah,
get better. It is hard in those moments, but
yeah,
it does get
absolutely.
better. Yeah. So tell us a bit about what got you into hypnobirthing then.
Um, I mean, I'd always been aware of it. I didn't really fully understand it. I didn't do anything like this with Drew, with my daughter. And I just was trying to find ways to have a different experience. So
Mm.
yeah, I was recommended to you and liked the sound of it and just went for it. I did the online digital
Oh
course.
yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know exactly what you call it. I can't remember. It was a while ago.
Yeah, I've got a couple of digital ones. So yeah, it would
Yeah,
have been one of those.
yeah. And I didn't really fully understand really what I was doing until I was like, it sounds weird, but even when I was learning it, I mean, it's a brilliant course.
Yeah.
But until I actually did it, I got
Yeah.
it. Like until I did
Yeah.
it in labor, I was like, yeah, no, I get it. The visualization and
Yeah.
like breathing, because
Is
part
that
of,
even despite the fact that you had given birth before, did it
yeah,
when you were learning about hypnobirthing, did you not have those, oh, that's what that was moments?
no, because
You didn't.
honestly, my daughter's birth, I just completely lost my head.
Right.
Is
Okay.
the best way to describe it. So like
Yeah.
it was just chaotic and
Yeah.
I I mean there's so many differences between both pregnancies, but the main thing like how I coped is just I was just able to just calm down and really understand what was going on and just take control of the situation. Whereas
Yeah.
with my daughter it was just the complete opposite,
Right.
basically.
Okay. Yeah. And I suppose if you've had that type of experience, it must be hard to see how you can have a different one and how it can be different.
Yeah, because I mean, one of the wildest things really was like, I remember specifically saying to Steve, my other half, if we have another, make sure I get the epidural straight away. Don't
Yeah.
let me wait like I did this time.
Yeah.
And I was adamant that, that's what I was going to do. But yeah, as I just started researching and like learning kind of a lot of the reasoning behind potentially asking for or feeling like you need an epidural could be avoided. That's the kind of route that I wanted to go down. And then I ended up deciding to have a home birth with Reese. So it went from
Wow.
like one extreme to the other,
Yeah,
basically.
it really did.
Yeah.
So talk us through your birth then, your home birth. How did it go?
So, oh, it was just magical. Like honestly, the just the best thing I've ever done. And I don't have plans to have any more kids, but like I would like to experience that
Yeah,
again.
I think that as well. I
Do
don't want any
you?
more, but I would
Yeah,
love to do my second birth again.
yeah. I just
Yeah.
want to bottle it up and do it again. It's just
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's such a nicest thing. So yeah, he was like a bit late. I can't remember exactly. I really wasn't. I was just so not even bothered by due dates or like all of
Yeah.
this. It was just, yeah, he's a bit late. He's not late, he's just not ready. Do you know what I mean?
Good.
That was my mindset.
Did you feel
So,
different to that first time?
well, yeah, because I was being pushed for an induction with my daughter,
Okay.
which I declined. She was 10 days late.
Okay.
Um, and but I was a bit more worried
Yeah.
with her, definitely. But yeah, I just chilled out and I was like, come in when he's ready. I
Yeah.
didn't do anything to speed along the labour, whereas with Drew, I did. I
Yeah.
literally just relaxed and did nothing. And I was starting to get contractions, well, Braxton Hicks, I suppose, for like a week before, and nothing really
Mm.
came to a pattern. And then I think it was on the Wednesday. Yeah, was he born on a Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday morning, I woke up and I'd lost my mucus plug, and
Okay.
then the contractions had a slight pattern to it. So I was like, right, I'm just going to be in bed all day.
Yeah.
So I just stayed in bed. I had a really kind of soothing playlist on, like to help me with my breathing. And all I did for hours was just laid in my bed and breathed.
Nice.
And my other half, I knew it was progressing quite quickly, but my other half kept coming in to check on me, and he was like, oh, you seem fine. And he was working, he works from home, but he works in like the
Okay.
garden office. So he was just
Yeah.
outside in the garden office, coming to check on me every now and then. And I didn't really want to talk to him much either because I was just so in
Yeah.
the zone. And then it got to like 2 o'clock, and I was like, can you bring the Tens machine up, please? I really need it. And he brought it up and he kind of put it on the end of the bed and was like, I'm just going to go and finish up with work. And at that point, I was like, no, you're not. It's happening now. I know I'm being chill, but this is really happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was just like, well, last time when you were in this state, there was like a day or two left. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I let him leave the house to go and get our daughter from school. So that was like a 15-minute trip, so that's fine. And then I actually really initially I liked the thought of her being there for the birth, and I was
Mm.
just going to play it by ear. But when my contractions got really intense, kind of like when she got home from school about 4 o'clock-ish, I just really wanted to be in the zone, and I felt like I was being a bit mean to her, like
Yeah.
just leave mummy alone. I can't do that right now,
Oh.
kind of thing. So
Yeah.
called my mum. She came and picked up my daughter, and they were gone quite quickly. I was quite strict with I don't want my mum coming in the house.
Yeah.
I know that sounds mean, but
No, it
I
doesn't.
don't
It
want any
doesn't.
interruptions. My mum knew,
Yeah.
she was just at the door. Steve
Yeah.
handed her a bag, they went.
I get it. Yeah.
And that was just, yeah, really good.
Yeah.
I mean, just backtracking a bit, my mum was really good because uh, home birth wasn't ever on my radar at all. It was the midwife that actually was like, oh, you had quite although I'm saying it was dramatic, like with Drew, it was a vaginal birth. I didn't need any
Yeah.
interventions. I just had the epidural and kind of went a bit crazy.
But it
Um,
was straightforward. It was straightforward, basically,
yeah,
with her. Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
she was the one that said to me, like, oh, you could have a home birth. And I was like, what? No, you're crazy. And then after a few months, I was like, actually, that sounds like a bit of me. And when I told my mum, she was like, I said, like, I don't want any negativity, but this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I kept it to myself for quite a while because I just knew that maybe some people didn't quite understand, which is
Yeah.
fine. I was that person as well. yeah, so she just totally just bit her tongue. I knew she had reservations and stuff, but as well as everyone else around me, really, they kind of just let me get on
Yeah.
with it. So that was lovely. So yeah, my mum
Good,
my
good.
mum just went. She did kind of joke like, "Oh, I'll just be sitting outside in the car if you're having a home birth." And I was like, "No, like, don't do that. That will just make me feel really nervous."
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, we called the midwife team, the home birth team, and they were about to change shifts. So it was about 7 o'clock in the evening,
Mhm.
and they said, "Well, we change shifts at 8. Can you manage, or do you want us to come now?" But then they'd have to change shifts. So I was like, "No, I don't
Yeah.
want any of that hassle. Just come at 8 o'clock. It's fine."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I mean, we'd had the pool blown up for like a week, just sitting in the dining
Yeah.
room. So by this stage, Steve was running to fill up the pool, coming back in the living room with me
Good.
and the midwives, because I just needed him there every time I had a
Yeah.
contraction. It's really weird having a contraction in front of a stranger.
Yeah.
Like, so I was
Yeah.
just in the living room, just having these contractions in front of the midwife.
Yeah.
I just needed him there. So
I get that. Yeah.
the pool took quite a long time to fill up, but we got in there eventually. The midwives were absolutely amazing, I have to say. And I did have quite a lot of reservations, and I kind of expected to get challenged quite a lot
Hmm.
or for what my wishes were, and I didn't. And it was just so lovely. It just went
So
so
good.
smoothly,
Yeah.
which made it, just really enjoyable.
Yeah.
Before I got in the pool, I think one of the midwives was like, "Why don't you just quickly use the toilet?" And oh my goodness, I couldn't get off the toilet because the contractions were wild. It was
Yeah.
going thick and fast. I've heard the term dilation station for the
Yeah. That's what
toilet.
they call the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I just couldn't move from the toilet for ages. And I wasn't having any examinations, no vaginal
No.
examinations, anything like that. So, which I just find like really crazy because when I compare the two, with Drew's birth in the hospital, it was all about how far
Mm.
along I was, like how
Mm.
dilated I was. It was just a constant need to know where things were.
Yeah.
I had to have I didn't have to have my waters broken. They suggested breaking my waters, and
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
along with it with Drew.
Yeah.
And, they were just concerned about where I was all the time.
Yeah.
At home, there was no talk about, how far along you are,
I
how many
know.
centimeters I might be, how long it might take, or like nothing. No one said a word. And
No.
that I just find it so
I
crazy that you
know.
can have that experience and then this, but yet still
I know.
have
It's
the
mad,
same
isn't
or a
it?
better result. Yeah.
And
Um,
it's like this is what I find at home births that they obviously this is a little bit of a generalization, but most home birth midwives, like they are just so used to seeing physiological birth and,
yeah,
allowing it to happen and unfold on its own, that
yeah,
that pressure doesn't seem to be there. And most of them are just happy to sit and
yeah,
like allow whatever's happening to happen. And
yeah,
I've been at loads of home births where it's just so hands off and
yeah,
just so respectful and really lovely. And I
yeah,
have been in, obviously, I have also been at births in particularly like birth centres and midwife led units where it's also like that as well. But like, yeah, main hospital, like delivery suite or labour ward, whatever they call it,
yeah.
it is like so about times and tick
Mhm,
boxes and
mhm,
schedules. And they
mhm.
have somebody on the other side of the door that's hassling them to find out
Yeah,
this information. And
yeah,
it is, yeah, there's not a lot of allowing you to trust your instincts and your body to just do what it needs to do, which obviously creates stress and creates issues. And yeah, it is crazy that you can have these two completely different scenarios. Like it is, you're
yeah.
right, it is a bit mad. They both
It,
result in the same thing, but like
yeah,
this one at home is like much more respectful and,
yeah,
positive.
yeah. And I totally believe like all of those interruptions, interventions, whatever you want to call them, at the hospital. I wholly believe they are what made me feel like I
Mm,
lost my head in the hospital because I
mm,
felt out of control of the
yeah, being prodded
situation.
and poked and all of those
Prodded and
things all the time.
poked, just didn't feel safe, didn't feel like anyone was on my team, that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
And so I probably asked for the epidural out of just fear of
Yeah.
what is going on. Yeah, and then so yeah, the midwives are absolutely lovely. They literally just sat to the side and let me and Steve have a lovely moment together.
Mm.
I was in the pool for about 3 hours
Nice.
until baby came.
And your
Um,
waters, had they gone by this point when you got in the pool?
no,
No.
so okay, so one thing the midwives did say, but they did not pressure me whatsoever. They said to me, you know, it definitely would progress quicker if your waters were broken.
Yes.
And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that's fine, but I don't want them to be broken. And they're like, okay,
Yeah.
no problem. But I think, and I think I might have picked up on this in your course, Claire, but
Mm.
I genuinely believe that my waters were like cushioning the pain for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
because I did not experience the same level of pain. But then,
Crazy.
you know, there might be a lot of factors for that. But
Were you on your
yeah,
back before? Were you laying on your back last
with
time?
Drew,
Yeah.
yeah, well, because I was
Yeah.
because I had to. I keep saying I had to.
No, no, do you know
They,
what? We all know we don't have to, but it is the
yeah,
language that we use just because that's the language that is
yeah,
we always have known it to be. Like it's fine.
exactly.
Don't worry.
But no, with Drew, I was on a monitor because they were checking his
Okay.
heartbeat. So I was continuously monitored. So yeah, I was on my back, and then I got
Yeah,
to the
which makes it more
floor.
painful as well. And
Yeah,
also environment. Like I know it
yeah,
just sounds so like woo-woo, but the
yeah,
environment just makes such difference to how you
yeah,
cope with the pain
yeah.
because you're obviously more on edge and more in your fight or flight mode when you're in
That's
a
it.
hospital because it's an unknown, unfamiliar
Yeah,
environment. Whereas at home, like it's your
yeah,
home, so you're more relaxed and it
yeah.
helps.
Honestly, my home was like beautiful for that moment. I just want to
Oh,
get it back to that. It was like I had
yeah.
lovely. I went to Lush and got these lavender wax melts.
Oh, I love Lush.
And I had like my favorite songs on a playlist. The lights were all down, and it was just the midwives came in and they went, "Oh, it smells like Christmas in here."
Oh, so nice.
Yeah. So anyway, my waters broke literally just before I started pushing with Reese,
Yeah.
which was brilliant. But yeah, so the whole time I was in the pool, I was literally just so in the zone, breathing so hard, so deep with my breathing, gas and air, which which did make me feel sick at first, but I pushed through it
Hmm.
and then it was really
Yeah.
fine. It really, really helped. But one thing I must say as well, even before I got in the pool, Steve, who was my birth partner, which I think two things really made this experience for me. It was like one, having the knowledge and being able to say no to things and just trusting my instincts. And secondly, it's just having a birth partner that is on your page. So
Yeah.
I made him read a book. It's what's it called? Oh my God, I've forgotten. Is it Labour of Love?
Oh yes, Labour of Love. Yeah,
The
Sally
Labour
Ann
of Love.
Beresford. Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
such a good book. That's such a good book. I recommend that to everyone.
That book
So
is
good.
absolutely unreal. Like I
So
recommend it
good.
to everyone. And I said to him, this was like when I was like 5, 6 months pregnant. I was like, I need you to read this book. And he's like, what? Kind of didn't really.
It's thick as well. It's
Yeah,
quite thick.
because he was on my page like supporting me with what I wanted with the home birth, but then I would say things like, oh, you know, I definitely don't want any vaginal examinations,
Mm,
and he'd be like, okay, that's fine, but you know they are just, you know, trying to help you and stuff. He
mm.
still had that mentality. So I was like, right, you need to
Yeah.
read this book now because we can't be having these conversations
Yes. Yeah. You
on
need
the
him to
day.
fully understand
Yeah,
where you're coming from.
yeah,
Yeah.
and know the why.
Yeah.
And he did. He read the whole book and
Right.
like he is a birth champion now. He
I
loves it
love
as
it.
well.
I love it.
um, because before, just backtracking a bit, sorry, I keep missing things.
That's okay. Don't worry.
Before the midwives got here, my legs were absolutely
Ah,
shaking. I couldn't stop trembling. And I got a bit like, what the hell's going on?
yeah.
Like, really, really can't control my shaking at the moment. Like, what's happening? And he just went to me, he just went, don't worry, Dan. This is the blood coming from your legs up to your uterus. It means things are progressing. This is what we want to see.
Oh, I love it. He's like a mini doula.
And I was just so shocked. I was like, sorry? What?
Yes. Yes. Well done. We
Yeah,
applaud. That's brilliant.
yeah. But that was just like, it just made me feel so safe that he,
Yeah,
like,
because you were
knowing,
worrying.
yeah, he just instantly calmed me down because he just gave me the answer.
Oh, so
He
good.
knew. Yeah, and just like everything about it, like was just amazing, knowing that he was
So good.
fully on my side and agreed with the reasonings why.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so yeah, in the pool, I was monitored. The baby's heart was monitored with the
Yeah.
Doppler,
Doppler. Yeah.
um, every 20 minutes or so.
Yeah. It's about every, I think they do it about every 15 minutes, which
That's
feels
it.
like it comes around so fast.
It
Like time just
does.
goes like
It
crazy
really
during labor.
does. And when I was in the pool, I had severe heartburn.
Did you?
It was, yeah, during labour, while I was getting my contractions, my
Oh
heartburn
no.
was, that was slightly more annoying than the
Yeah,
contractions. It
that
was
was worse.
so bad. I felt that my chest was going to explode. I made the midwife, bless her, was up rummaging in my drawers for some Gaviscon
Oh,
upstairs.
bless her.
Yeah, but by the time my contractions got really uh, quick and intense,
Yeah.
the midwife said to me, "We're going to monitor you every 10 minutes now. We'd
Mm.
like to monitor you every 10 minutes." So I went along with that at first, but actually it was just disrupting my
Yeah, it's a lot.
then.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it for a while I was in the pool. And I was just
Yeah.
like, I don't actually, I'm not enjoying this. Should I say something? And I was like, yes, I am going to
Oh,
say something. So I went, actually, I don't want to be monitored anymore, please. And they said, okay, that's fine. They said, it's your choice. And I just, I don't know why, but I felt like I had to explain. So I was like, well, I
yeah.
just don't see the point. The baby's nearly here. Like, what's it going to change? The baby's
I know.
coming. And they
Yeah.
were like, okay, fine, I'm fine.
Oh, well
Um,
done. Well done, though, because that's hard to say that in that moment, but you didn't feel
yeah,
comfortable. So it's
yeah.
important.
Yeah, I was just, this is so lovely. The only thing that's annoying is that they keep prodding
Right.
me. It's just unnecessary. So,
Yeah.
I understand that they have their things that they
Yeah.
need to fill out and all of
Yeah.
that.
It gets crazy though with the monitoring because obviously the baby gets so far down. Like they're trying to I've been at births where they're trying to find this baby's heartbeat, but the baby's literally half out and they're so low with the
Oh my
Doppler. Like
God.
it's almost like just leave it because
Yeah,
the baby, what are you going to do now anyway? The baby is
exactly.
almost out. You might as well just leave everyone alone.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, what, even if you did pick up
What's it gonna
something,
do?
I'm not going to the hospital in this state. The baby's about to
Yeah.
come.
Yeah.
It'd be born in the ambulance
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just
I mean,
whatever.
yeah.
To be honest, I didn't realise this at the time, but Steve said that they kept checking with the mirror in the pool, but I didn't
Oh,
have
yes,
clue
they
what
do.
was
Yeah.
going on around me. Didn't know any of this was happening. And I was like, what? What did you see anything? Like, what was going on? So I honestly didn't realise that the baby was coming. I did feel because the whole time actually I was really visioning in your course there was the pictures of the contractions and the uterus, like how it's pulling it up and pushing the baby
Yeah.
down. I literally was had a picture of that in my head the
Oh,
whole time
good.
while I was breathing. I was just imagining like my uterus pushing the baby down, pushing the baby down.
Yeah.
And then Steve said to me there was a point where we all kind of looked at each other because we noticed that the way you were like moaning and stuff had changed.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't remember any of this. I have got it on video, but it's
Oh,
5 hours
have
long. Yeah,
you?
I haven't really looked at it
No.
properly. And he said I started to come up a bit, and the midwives were like, "Keep your bum under the water," kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like my body was kind of just doing it, I guess,
Yeah.
but I didn't really realise. Like, it was
Yeah.
just weird. And
Yeah.
then I remember the midwife at one point was like, "You can push if you want to," and I was like, "You think?"
Hang
But
on, I've got hours left, surely.
yeah, but I didn't really feel the need to push at that point. So
Yeah.
I said, no, I don't want to at the moment. And they were like, fine. And then shortly after that, baby did come, and it was literally me doing the pushing.
Yeah.
They were just like, do what you feel you need to. So there was no push now kind of thing.
Yeah.
And basically, I managed to do a push where Reese came out in one go to the hip,
Wow. What head? Oh, from head or
from
head
head
and
to
shoulder.
hip.
Wow.
came
Yeah.
out.
Amazing.
And I do remember the midwives then saying, baby's come out, whatever they called it. I don't know
Yeah.
the term for it or
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know the term.
But
All at once.
yeah, at once, baby's come out at once kind of thing. But then I still had to push
Yeah.
the lips out. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, obviously it was
Wow.
painful, but it was just, I just had
Yeah.
this whole trust in myself,
You
and
did. Yeah.
I just knew that everything was going to be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he came out really peacefully in water. I did say in my birth plan, me or Steve wanted to catch the baby, but because I didn't really know that he'd come out,
Yeah.
he was floating away behind me. The midwife had no choice but to scoop
Yeah.
him
Because it
up.
happened so quick, I suppose,
Happened so quick, and then
that
I
bit.
think I kind of knew that I pushed him out, but all I did was just like kind
Mm.
of cry in
Yeah.
front with Steve. I just had that moment, and then
Yeah.
the midwife was like, "Your baby,"
Don't forget about your baby.
yeah, and then that was it basically. It was
Wow.
just so lovely. The vibe of the night was just beautiful, and
Wow.
I just loved the fact that we just had that experience without any kind of interventions, and it's just so empowering seeing what
Yeah.
your body is made for.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, and you, like you said this yourself, but I was thinking it while you were talking, that you absolutely did just listen to your instinct the
yeah,
whole time. Even when they said you can push, you were like, no. If you'd pushed then, he would have been out quicker, but you were like,
yeah,
no, I don't want to.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
feel like I need to.
I
That
was
is
like, I can
so,
feel it right now, like yeah,
yeah.
just
That's so intuitive though. You're
yeah,
listening, there's no, and they weren't pressuring you to do it, but I guess having midwives say, well, you can push, that for a lot of people probably would make them be like, oh, well, I should probably push and
yeah,
hurry this along. But yeah, it's a really great example of really just trusting your instinct and being like, oh no, I
yeah,
don't actually feel like I need to. My body's doing it. It will
yeah,
happen and all of that. It's really
exactly.
good.
Yeah, and it just, I mean, I would never push my experience onto other people, but a
Yeah.
part of me, like when I speak to my friends or pregnant people, I don't know how to make them see,
I know,
how to
I
make them see
know.
like your body is so made for this. If you just trust
Mm,
yourself, you don't need to be scared.
mm,
Everything, everything is fine.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just so lovely to have that different experience. I mean, honestly, the hardest, so I had no tears as
And you
well.
didn't, I was going to ask because of how he
Yeah,
came out. You didn't.
yeah.
That's good.
So with Drew, I did,
Yeah.
because they were telling me when to do the pushing with Drew.
Yeah.
So, and then he was £9 9.
Was he?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So big baby, no
No
tears,
tears, no issues.
no
Oh, that's
issues.
amazing.
Honestly, the worst bit about it was the aftermath, the
Yeah.
delivering the placenta and
Yeah.
the checking for tears.
Yeah, that is the worst bit.
I was just like, and the midwife even said, because honestly, I was making a bit of a fuss because I was on the bed with baby having loads of skin to skin, and she was like, "Oh, I need to check you now." But the slightest little touch, even on like my top thighs, I
Yeah.
was just like, I think like my nervous system had just kicked in, and I was like, no, I just
Yeah.
don't want anyone touching me. It
Yeah.
took forever for me to just let her have a look.
Did they let you have
Um,
gas and air while they did that?
they said if we needed to do stitches and stuff, that we
You
could
had
have
gas
gas
and
net. But
air.
they did
Because,
say you could have it, but I
yeah.
was just kind of, I didn't want to
So
have it anymore.
obviously for anybody listening that doesn't know what we're talking about, like
Mm,
afterwards they usually would check the
yeah,
area for tears, and yeah, it's not, as you can imagine, if you just pushed a baby out as well, you're pretty
mm,
sensitive, but yeah, it's
yeah,
not the most comfortable thing to be happening, and I
yeah,
think you just don't even think about that because the thing we focus on is just the baby, right? Like getting the baby out, and actually
exactly.
it can be not comfortable and not
Yeah,
pleasant. So yeah, you can use gas and air if you want to use gas and air, but
yeah.
yeah, it's
And
they
when I
need to
had
do
my
it, but yeah.
daughter, exactly. When I had my daughter, I had the epidural, so
Oh, of course.
I didn't feel a thing. In fact, I
Didn't feel it.
forgot that that even happened,
Yeah,
that I was
yeah,
stitched up.
yeah,
um, so yeah, that was pretty. And the midwife was like, "You've just pushed out a £9 9 baby, and you won't let me
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
you. And I was just like, oh, do we
That's
have
probably
to?
why. That's why. That's why
Yeah,
I don't want you to. Did you
yeah.
know that he was big, going to be big? Had they said that?
No.
No.
And it's really interesting because no one in the room, me, Steve, the two midwives, no one thought he was a big baby.
When he was born,
When he
he
was
didn't look
born,
big.
he didn't know. It wasn't
No.
until he got weighed and they were like, oh my God, this baby's it was in kilos. And then we converted it. And
Yeah.
I was like, are you joking? And it's because he was just so long.
Long. Yeah, this is the issue. This is what's so frustrating with
Mm,
scans that
yeah,
predict babies are going to be big. So, for example, with you, if you had a scan that predicted he was going to be big, obviously that
yeah,
would have been length, not width,
yeah,
right? So
yeah,
he's just long. But think about what that might have done to
yeah.
you planning your lovely home birth and
Hearing that, well,
the
you've got a
pressure
big
then
baby. Yeah,
that might have been put on you to
yeah,
induce, to
yeah,
not give birth at home because they're big.
yeah.
And actually, yeah, so he was on the bigger side, but it was because he was long. And I think that's what I always try and say that to people, like when they measure size and stuff and weight, it could just be that the baby's longer, or they just could
Hmm.
be wrong because they're
Hmm.
wrong your way as well. Like they
Hmm.
didn't predict that he was bigger. And it's that kind of fear of the big baby that's worse than an actual big baby. The fear of it
Yeah,
means people change their plans. And
yeah,
actually, like you didn't know. So you carried on with your plans and everyone was perfectly fine because, hey, look,
yeah.
your body knows how to give birth.
Exactly, exactly. And I think so. What if people know they've got a big baby anyway? Like
Yeah.
it shouldn't treated as
Yeah.
some kind of an emergency,
I
you know?
know. It's the biggest. Honestly, when I say probably 90% of my doula clients get told their babies are big, I'm not exaggerating. It
Wow.
happens to almost everybody that I work with. And it is so
Yeah,
frustrating because as soon as it gets said,
yeah.
people
That's
are
it.
like, oh, I'm worried my baby's big. And
We've
it
got to do something different,
and
whatever that
sometimes
may
they come
be.
out and they were on the bigger side. Sometimes they're accurate, but they're not always. And I've had
Mm,
numerous clients who have had normal sized babies
hmm.
despite being told they're big. And
Hmm.
it frustrates me every single time.
Yeah, I can
So
imagine.
annoying.
I can imagine. But yeah, it was never I don't know why, because we did have the 36-week
They're just not
scan.
accurate. This is the problem. They're just not
Yeah,
accurate. You can't predict or you can't know a baby's weight until you weigh them.
yeah,
That's what's so frustrating is that
yeah,
they are not accurate. Like, and they
yeah.
say they're not accurate. That they say that, but it doesn't really
Mm,
seem to get listened to. It's very,
mm,
very frustrating. Yeah.
yeah, it is, it is.
Mm. Was
Mm.
your daughter big?
No, she was like £7 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, totally. Actually,
yeah.
probably a bit on the babies are a bit bigger these days, I would say. So that's probably, yeah, on the
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he's
smaller
absolutely
side.
massive. He's 4 months, and we were out, and there was a 7-month-old baby that was smaller than him, and I was like, Jesus Christ,
Are
what?
you both tall?
I mean, I'm 5'7", and
Oh,
Steve is
okay.
6 foot, so I
Yeah,
mean,
you're fairly tall. I mean, you're fairly tall
yeah,
for a woman. Yeah.
guess so. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it wasn't until he was weighed where we were like, oh my goodness, what a big baby.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the placenta situation, it just wasn't coming out
Okay.
aesthetically.
Did you wait for it? Were you waiting for it
Yes,
to
so
do it on its own?
I didn't want the injection, so I decided to wait, but nothing was really happening. So
Yeah.
they were telling me to kind of give a couple of pushes now and things like that. But at that stage, I don't know, obviously just what's happened down below. I'm like, I don't even feel like I'm pushing. My
Yeah.
pelvic floor is just
It's
ripped
really
to
hard.
pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we've got the placenta. It's still in my freezer.
Oh, you got it. Yeah. Yeah.
I've
What are you
not
going to
done
do with
anything
it?
with it yet. I'd planned to do capsules,
Yeah.
but it's been in there for 4 months, so I need to find out how
Yeah.
how
I'm
long
sure
it
it'll be
lasts
fine.
for.
Well, it's in the freezer. I'm sure. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know.
it's funny. It's just sitting in my freezer.
You could plant
Um,
it. I always think that you could plant it in a plant pot with a plant on like a
yeah.
tree or something. If you don't get around to doing capsules, you could do that so that it like nourishes the tree and then it can be like your
So
tree.
does it help to grow the tree,
I mean, it will
or
go
is it just
into,
like more of a sentimental
I
thing?
guess it will go into the soil
Yeah.
eventually, like the placenta, which obviously then the tree or the plant then lives off. So I guess in a way it does.
That's
And then
cool.
you can, I always think it's good to do it in a pot so that
Mm,
animals
you
can't get
can,
to it and you
and you
can
can
move
take
it.
it. Yeah, I was just
If you
thinking
move
that.
house or something, you're not digging your placenta up. Oh
Yeah,
God.
I'm taking this tree with me.
Yeah, taking the tree, my placenta tree. It's coming
Yeah.
with me. But you could do that. You could do that if you decide not to do capsules, you've got it. So
Mm.
you could do that, or you could just keep it in your freezer for sentimental value, taking up space.
But yeah, the midwife also said, she was like, I can't believe how big your placenta is as
Oh,
well.
was it big?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said it was absolutely huge, but I didn't know
Wow.
what it was supposed to
No.
look like. So anyway,
Amazing.
but they did have to give me, I really don't know the name of it at all, but the only thing I did get was an injection at that stage for the blood or you
Yeah,
something
so
from my
that's the
uterus.
same. Yeah, it's a synthetic oxytocin. It'll be the same thing that helps the placenta come out.
Oh,
And
so I just
it
got it
obviously
later.
it helps with, yeah, it just helps with your uterus contracting down so that your placenta comes out, and then also stopping, or it's thought to help stop any bleeding
Yeah.
or excess bleeding.
Yeah. So that was the one thing I got. And I was a bit disheartened for some stupid reason. I was just so proud that I didn't have any interventions whatsoever. No. And then when they said like
As you
we
should.
really think you should have this injection, and I was like, oh, what is it? Is it like I remember saying, is it a synthetic
Yeah.
like kind of hormone? And they were like, yeah. And I was just like, oh. For some reason, I was like, oh no, it's gonna ruin everything. But no, it was really silly of me. I was just in a bit of a weird
Yeah.
space. But yeah, I was like, okay, fine.
It's fine because
Um,
that bit's after.
yeah,
That's after. You've done all
yeah,
the other bit, you know.
exactly.
But I do get it. I
Yeah.
do get it.
And we had loads. We just sat with. I mean, he didn't even get weighed for a couple of hours. That's
It's
what I love.
perfect.
Like
Yeah,
the
it's
midwife
perfect.
just let us sit for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And then
There's no
eventually they were like,
rush.
can we weigh the baby? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, he's not been weighed. And yeah, they were
There's
just,
no rush. Like, there's
yeah.
no rush to anything like that. They are not going to change weight in two
Hmm.
hours.
Yeah,
And yeah, I've been at births where it's been like, I think I've even been at a couple where I've left after a few hours and the baby's still not been weighed. So I'm like, well, just
yeah.
text me and let me know the weight because I like to know the weight.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so nice. It's just no rush, because there is
yeah,
no rush.
yeah. Just let us have that moment with the
Yeah.
baby. Yeah, and so they left at like 3 in the morning or something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
And then yeah, we were just in our little bubble. And honestly, I think my very fresh postpartum days were just so lovely and so different compared to my
Wow.
first pregnancy. And I just really believe that it was because I had such a lovely, wholesome birth experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
It
perfect.
makes such a difference. It really
Yeah,
does to that
it really does.
postpartum.
So
Oh,
yeah,
well, amazing. You should be so proud of yourself. I'm sure you are, but that's
yeah,
amazing.
honestly. And I'm trying to think if I've missed anything out. Oh yeah, another thing that I was so glad to be able to do was snack throughout. I
Yeah.
was, yeah, like just eating whatever I wanted because, look, God, you
Yeah.
need the energy, you know.
Yeah, you do.
And there was no like, oh, you shouldn't really be eating or whatever. Yeah, that was just great. It was because I guess you're
Amazing.
not, the reason for not having any food is in case you need to,
Cesarean.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I guess
I
it's
know.
kind of
It's
allowed in home births anyway. So
yeah, I mean it's stupid really. I just think it's a bit stupid not letting people eat or drink in labor because
mm,
you need energy and you need to be hydrated. And I
yeah.
believe I believe over here we're a bit better about it, but I think in the US they're really quite strict, particularly
Oh,
with
really?
fluid, with drinking. So, and it's because if you need to have surgery, but like, it's the chances of surely needing surgery if you've
Mm,
not got energy and you're not hydrated goes
yeah.
up. I mean, I don't know. It just seems a
Yeah.
little bit mad to me, but yeah, we should be freely able to eat and drink as we
Yeah.
wish in
Yeah.
labor.
No, that was really good. I was munching away on my snacks, just like
Yes.
really, it was just wild. I feel
Yeah.
like now I haven't set foot in a hospital with him to this day, and I
Great.
just think that's just sweet. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. They can do all the
My little
tests and
baby.
checks at home. Yeah.
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 Um,
Amazing.
yeah, so all in all, it was just
Brilliant.
one of the best experiences. And I think compared to how I was before, if someone had said to me they were having a home birth, I absolutely was that kind of person that was like, oh, they must be a crazy earth
Yeah.
mother, you know, what,
Because you just didn't know.
why would
Yeah.
they do that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was always
We
like, you know, I want to be where the drugs are kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
also a lot of people say I just want to be near a hospital
yeah.
just in case something
Or a lot of
happens.
people say to me, oh, my partner wouldn't be comfortable with the home
I
birth,
know.
or they wouldn't want that. And I just think that's
Yeah.
sad because,
Such a
you know,
shame.
you need to be the one that's comfortable for it to go
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
but
mad, isn't it? But you only know what you know. And I
mm,
think once you learn different and have an experience like you've had, you just I'm the same. Like you just want, I mean, obviously I don't, but anyone who's talking to me about birth, I just want to be like, oh my gosh, please just do this.
yeah,
But
yeah,
obviously it's really difficult to do that. You can't do that. And if somebody's
yeah,
not ready to accept that that is,
yeah,
a good
absolutely.
path to go on, then you're just not going to get anywhere with it. But it is frustrating.
Yeah, it is. And I
Definitely.
remember at the time, I think like a couple of months before I was about to give birth, there was a lot of media stories
Yes, there was
about,
around that time. I know it
I
was terrible.
forgot.
Yeah. And the issue is that with these headlines is that when there's a problem at a home birth, it obviously
Mm,
gets it makes like so when something
yeah,
like that happens at home birth, it makes the news because it's
yeah,
really sad, and also I guess because it's at home. But I think the fact that stories like that very occasionally make the news just shows how rare they are at home,
yeah,
because actually things like that also happen in hospitals, and not trying to
yeah,
scare anybody, but like things like that happen more often in hospitals. I'm not saying they happen often, but more often in
yeah,
hospitals. And it just doesn't make the news. If it
yeah.
made the news every time it happened,
It'd be there every day.
it would be much more common than it
Yeah.
happening at home. And it's very frustrating from like my point of view, and all my we chat about it. And it's
Mm,
because the headlines are just so over the top and exaggerated, and they just scare people. And
yeah,
again, just re kind of affirm this narrative that home birth is unsafe and that doulas can't be trusted, because we always get thrown under the bus as well.
yeah, yeah,
Doulas and midwives
yeah,
always just get thrown under the bus with it all.
yeah.
And it's just such a shame, because it is just a very unfortunate situation that could have happened, as you said,
Mm,
anywhere. It just so
mm,
happened to happen at home.
mm.
So yeah, and that can't have been easy for you planning this with all of that going on.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for someone to bring it up to me, my
Yeah,
mum or my
right.
friends or something, but they didn't. But like
Good.
obviously they
Yeah.
knew that I'd read it. I spoke to my partner about it, to Steve, and we were like, oh God, this story is on the news, and yeah, we spoke
Yeah.
about it and we kind of were on the same page about the reasons and stuff. So yeah, like
Mm,
no one mentioned it to me, which was good. I was like waiting,
good.
someone's gonna be like,
Yeah.
have you seen that story?
You
But
had
yeah,
all your
that didn't
info
happen.
ready. You were
Yeah.
like ready to go,
Yeah,
no, but
I fact checked it,
yeah.
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 But yeah, so I was definitely someone that would never have ever considered a home birth at all, whatsoever, never on my radar. No one
Amazing.
really, of my close friends or family have had one. So yeah, it was definitely a bit of a wild card, but it was a lovely midwife that suggested it to me. And I must say, yeah, the midwife was so
Mm.
lovely. I don't know if it's the same in every area, but like where I am, they have a dedicated team for home
Yeah.
births. And they actually did a lot of my appointments at home as well.
So good.
So
Yeah.
I really didn't need to go to the hospital at all. And
Makes such a difference.
I remember saying to one of them, at what stage am I going to get kind of nagged about an induction if I'm late? And they were like, don't worry, no one's going to be nagging you. We get it, you know.
Oh, I love
Yeah. And
that.
they even pulled up the stats to me. There's a lot of kind of scaremongering about stillbirths at
Yeah.
past a certain rate. And they were like, actually, it's 0 point whatever percent, you
Yeah.
know. And
Yeah.
I
I
was
know.
just really impressed that they were like,
So
not
good.
not the other way around that I kind of
Yeah.
had in the hospital, where they're just kind of,
They're just giving you the actual facts. They
yeah,
are the facts and the stats, and
yeah,
that's how it should be presented, is
yeah,
that these are the stats, no pressure, it's your choice.
yeah,
Yeah, it's up to you to decide. You are or we're capable women to make decisions, and typically
Yeah,
women don't make dangerous decisions about their baby.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we have to trust that women are gonna put their baby first, right, and make decisions that are right.
yeah.
And I bet you have inspired some of your friends or members of your family though with what you've done. I always think like so I was also the first person in my family to have a home birth, and out of my friends.
Okay.
And then from that, other people have done it where
Oh,
I
really?
don't know, maybe they wouldn't have before.
Yeah.
I think just kind of seeing somebody
I'm sure you definitely have.
well,
Um,
yeah, maybe from well, I mean the podcast definitely I'm sure would have inspired
yeah.
so many people.
Oh my God, so the podcast, I have to say this.
Yeah.
When I was like the week leading up to, or when I was like around my due date, every morning I was just waking up super early. I'd just run a bath and I'd put
Mm.
your podcast on and I'd listen to
Uh,
everyone's birth stories. And
so nice.
I actually miss doing
Do
that.
you? Yeah. You can still do
No,
it.
I know, I was thinking, is it weird that I just
No,
that I do
people
that to,
do. People still
yeah,
listen when they had their
yeah.
babies. I had somebody the other day say, I've had my baby, but I still listen because I just love listening to people's stories.
Yeah, I might treat myself to
Yeah,
a
do
little
a birth
listen
story.
when I'm doing some housework or something. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was
no.
honestly just so lovely listening to everyone's experiences.
So
I just
nice.
think doing whatever you can to calm yourself down and just
Mm.
relax is just the best thing.
Yeah. But I mean, and also, and I say this every time that somebody comes on and shares their birth story, but you're contributing back to that, which is what's so nice, is that it does feel like a
Yeah,
little community, and we're all just like trying to help the next woman to go
yeah, it's
on
like
and
a
have a good
full
experience.
circle moment,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
It is. And so you benefited from those stories and you found them really useful. And now you're going to have so many
yeah,
people listen to yours and find it really useful and inspiring. And that's what's so lovely. I love it.
mm,
It's like
mm.
we're just all helping each other out and just
Yeah,
saying, like,
that's
this is
it.
how my experience was. This is how it can be for you. And that's what's
Yeah,
nice because there is so much negativity. So it's nice to have that little
exactly.
play. And there's so many birth stories on here now. Like I haven't counted how many there are, but there's loads. So, there must be nearly 100 birth stories on here, I reckon. I'm
Yeah.
going to count, although I just don't have time to count, but I'll, I'll try and find time to count how many there are. But yeah, there must be about 100, which is
Yeah,
crazy. And
there's
like, I
loads.
get people every day ask me to come on and share their birth story.
Oh, that's so nice.
People want to because it
Yeah,
means such a lot to them and it's so
yeah,
lovely.
yeah. And I think people are really proud to talk about a positive
Yeah.
experience, as you said, because there is so much negativity.
Yeah.
I feel, and I was the same with my daughter. When you talk about birth experiences, often all you hear is the madness of it or the
Yeah.
craziness. So, and you
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
You remember people
Do.
telling you those things, but you rarely remember people telling you everything was smooth and fine
Yeah.
and yeah, it was lovely.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you. You've
yeah,
come on and
you
you've
are welcome.
told
Thank
lots of
you.
people. No, yeah, you're welcome as well. And thanks for doing my course and with that. I'm glad it was useful.
Yeah, thank
And yeah, for
you.
listening and coming back and sharing your story. It's been really lovely. Yeah, it's been so nice to hear your story. I love it. I love
Thank
the redemption stories. Yes, I did it different the
yeah,
second time.
yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. Oh, thank you so much, Danielle.
Thank you, Claire.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Take care.